Do you remember the actor Dick Van Dyke? He was one of the last true old school Hollywood legends. He was a star in Mary Poppins, The Dick Van Dyke Show, and a ton of shows and movies over the years. But there's a story from the show Diagnosis Murder and how he treated an extra on that show. It told me a lot about who he really is in real life. See, during one episode, they brought in an extra, a woman in her 70s, and she had a pretty simple spot just to walk by this nurse's station at a certain point, but she kept messing up her cue. She was really nervous in front of everybody, and every time she messed it up, she would cause them to have to reset the entire scene. She kept apologizing for it. And then finally, Dick Van Dyke steps in. He walks right up to her, grabs her by the arm, and says, "If anyone here knows what it's like to trip on camera, it's me." And then he drops into one of those goofy, classic little poses that he used to do back on the Dick Van Dyke Show, right in front of the whole crew. And he's a very charmful guy. Everyone is cracking up, including the extra, and all the tension in the scene just disappears. He asked the director if he could add a tiny little moment in the scene where he walks past her and tips his hat as part of the shot. Nothing big, just enough to kind of make her moment a little bit more special. Then they roll again, and she hits her mark perfectly. And afterward, Dick Van Dyke squeezes her hand and tells her, "TV magic works best when everybody shines." And honestly, that's exactly the kind of gentle kindness that people say he showed across his entire career.